New year, new me. A lot of people say that phrase is overused and pointless because people often don't follow through with their goals. And I agree that it is overused, but I don't think it's pointless. You might have had a terrible year because you had to go through a divorce, or you went through a serious medical procedure, or you lost your job and had to start over. On the other hand, you might have had a great year because you graduated from college, or you recently got married, or you just started a brand new career. So I am fired up to talk about this with the new year setting in. I want to share some of the most useful financial goals going into 2024. And these financial goals are measurable, achievable, and realistic depending on your financial situation. And I'm not going to just tell you to make more money, save more money, or spend less money because duh, that's what we all want to do, right? Let me know in the comment section down below if you find this video helpful.
The goal of this meeting is to get everybody excited about their resolutions.
The first financial goal or financial resolution I want you to start on January 1st is to calculate your net worth. And I want you to take a look at this net worth calculator, which you can download for absolutely free by visiting firestation.com/resources. But what's awesome about this product is that not only does it calculate your current net worth, but it tells you how your net worth is currently diversified. You could have 50% of your net worth in the equity of your home, or you could have 30% of your net worth in retirement savings. I always calculate my net worth once a year in September to see where I am because that's my birthday month. And some people do it in January of every year, but it's completely up to you. If you watch my other videos about my net worth, and you're going to see that you can make year-over-year changes in the net worth statement so that you can see your progress. But this spreadsheet can tell you how much of your cash is allocated in your net worth. And this example shows that you have 6% cash, 10% investments, 3% vehicle, and 60% real estate. On the right-hand side, it even shows you the year-over-year changes. So all you have to do is create a new tab at the bottom of the spreadsheet for each year. Calculating your net worth can help you understand your financial situation and start taking measures of your progress so that you can achieve your financial goals. And the second financial goal you can achieve in 2024 is to create a will and get a term life insurance. And creating a will is actually a lot easier than you think. Now, establishing a trust, on the other hand, takes more time and money. The cheapest way to do it is to do it online. And you just want to make sure that whoever is going to be your executor gets a copy of it. And what I would make sure is to choose someone that you trust who can take care of your things and finances, and not someone who you just met at the nightclub.
Hi, I'm Renata Bliss, and I'm your freestyle dance teacher.
You also need to choose your beneficiary. You can also have multiple beneficiaries. And if you have any minors under the age of 18, you want to make sure you name the guardian who will take custody and take care of them. You need to ask yourself, what happens to your children if you and your spouse both pass away at the same time? You should also list and write instructions for your assets. Take an inventory of all of the assets you currently have and how you want to pass them down. You should also go to your bank or broker's website and update the beneficiary. If you have people who rely on your income, I strongly recommend that you get term life insurance to replace your income if you pass away. And I've had my term life insurance since my daughter was born because I know if something happens to me, she could use the money to get through her basic needs, go to college without a student loan, and maybe even put down a down payment on her first home. Do I recommend whole life insurance? I do not. I actually did calculations on it, and the ROI of whole life insurance just doesn't make sense. I'm going to make a video about that in the future, so be sure to subscribe if you haven't done that already. And lastly, if your net worth is over $500,000 with minors in your family, I would recommend getting a trust so that your assets don't become public information. Believe it or not, if you don't have a trust set up, your assets could go to the probate court and they become public information. And if you're interested in joining my private client program to get financial coaching and financial planning services, you can schedule a free consultation with me by visiting firestation.com/coaching. And the third thing you can do is increase your income by getting professional certifications, and many of them can be done without a college degree. And let me show you some professional certs that you can start working on now. And let me know in the comment section down below if you're working on any of them currently. The first one is project management certification. And people who hold the certified associate in project management, or CAPM, is ideal for those with less experience in managing company projects. And the second one is cybersecurity. The cybersecurity career field is in such high demand right now. You can always start with a Google Cybersecurity Professional Certificate as a starting point. And if you're really interested in starting a career in IT or something IT related, start working in the Network Plus, Security Plus, or ISC2 certificate in cybersecurity. And these three certificates can help you break the gate and get into a lot of good entry-level positions. And the third one is my favorite, CPA, CFA, CFP, or financial counselor certificates. And if you're interested in getting into the financial field, trust me when I say this, we need more people like you and me. And to be completely transparent with you, it is not at all easy to pass these tests, but the ROI for having CFP, CPA, or CFA designations is very high. We are still extremely short on people in the accounting career field. And a good way to start is by going to afcpe.org to become an accredited financial counselor. And you don't have to start a business like I did, but you can always become a financial counselor or financial coach for another firm. The fourth one is getting a private pilot's license or PPL if you're interested in becoming an airline pilot in the future. Now, it's not just the PPL that you need, but you need to get several ratings and hours before you get there. You'll need to get your instrument rating, commercial rating, and multi-engine rating, and then you'll need to get your airline transport pilot or ATP certificate with a total of 1,500 hours of flight time. It can be very expensive to get these ratings and hours before you can apply for an airline job, but I know many pilots from my Air Force days, and I don't know one pilot who regrets it. Not one. Other certificates that can increase your income are computer networks like the CCIE certificate, healthcare certificates like licensed nurse practitioner, business analytics, data science, artificial intelligence, human resources, and cloud architecture. And there are so many opportunities out there so that you could potentially earn over 6 figures in income. And I want you to win, but you have to be the one to do all the work. And the fourth one you can do is to learn to optimize your investment portfolio in 2024. And here are some questions you should consider and ask yourself when you optimize your investment portfolio. What investment vehicles do you currently have? Do you only have a 401k, or do you also have a Roth IRA, HSA, and taxable brokerage account? What are your goals with these investment vehicles? Are you looking to buy a house in 5 years? Are you looking to purchase a vehicle? Or are you just looking to have enough cash flow during your retirement? What is your risk tolerance based on your age? And when you're in your 20s, 30s, or 40s, you still have time to recover from a severe market downturn like we saw in 2008, 2009, 2022, right? But if you're in your 50s, 60s, or later, you might need to de-risk your portfolio by hedging it with safer investments. Risk management is extremely important for any investors, no matter what types of assets they own. And if you put all of your money in the same basket, the risk of losing a large percentage is a lot higher. You also need to ask yourself what type of investor you are. Are you the type of investor who would rather have the mutual fund reallocate stocks and bonds and do all the work for you? Or are you the type of investor who wants to be more hands-on? Do you have too much invested in one asset class than the other? I'm not just talking about the weight between stocks and bonds. You need to know how much of your portfolio is in small cap, mid cap, large cap, or dividend paying securities. Are they in US stocks or international stocks? Did this one mutual fund outperform in 2023, but the other mutual fund didn't perform as well? Do you need to reallocate your portfolio to meet your target? And what is the risk of holding this investment? Can you handle the market volatility? What would your portfolio look like if this one investment loses 20 to 30% in value? And could the loss of value potentially delay your retirement or early retirement? Listen, guys and gals, I'm giving you all of this information for free. So the least you can do is share this video and subscribe so you can get more valuable info in future videos. And the fifth thing you can do is properly organize and allocate your cash savings. Have you noticed how I don't just tell you to build an emergency fund? I want to show you some realistic ways that can help you achieve your financial freedom by using my cash allocation strategy. The first step you need to do is to choose one or two banks you trust that pay you a high savings yield. And I've had Ally Bank for 8 years now, and I can tell you that I've never once had a problem with them. There are other banks like SoFi, Capital One, CIT, Personal Capital, Synchrony Bank, and many more. that come with high yield savings accounts or HYSA. The second step is to create the following accounts. Trust me when I say this, you're going to need every account I'm going to talk about here. The first account I have for my family is an emergency fund. This is absolutely no exception. We have at least 6 months of expenses saved so that if my wife becomes unemployed, or if my business completely collapses, or if someone in my household has a car accident or a medical emergency, we're always going to have an emergency fund set aside in a high yield savings account. And we're only going to touch this money when anything unexpected and necessary comes up. A blown tire is necessary and unexpected, but going to a Red Hot Chili Peppers concert is not necessary or unexpected. The second account I have is the annual spending account. You'd be surprised to find out how many subscription services, vehicle maintenance, or vehicle registration we have to pay on a quarterly, semi-annual, or annual basis. We're always going to make sure to keep some money set aside so that we can pay anything that is necessary and expected. So if you pay $2,000 a year in annual fees and your paychecks come in twice a month, then you just need to save at least $84 into this HYSA every time you get paid, because $2,000 divided by 24 paychecks is about $84. The third HYSA I always recommend you get is a discretionary fund, but only do this if you're completely out of high interest debt. This is anything unexpected but unnecessary. You might be into collecting guns, Pokemon cards, or something else. You might want to go see Taylor Swift's concert. You might want to throw a big birthday party for your kids next year. And this is where you want to keep all of your discretionary money so that you don't need to borrow money or become broke for having something fun or doing something fun. The fourth HYSA is optional, but I have it labeled as a travel fund because I love to travel. And I've been traveling a lot since I became debt-free in 2016. The first big trip I took after becoming debt-free was going on a Disney cruise to the Bahamas in 2018. I used my credit cards to pay for airfare, hotels, and transportation, but I used my travel fund to pay those credit cards in full. So not only do I collect interest from saving money in the travel fund, but I also get airline miles and points from using my credit cards and paying them in full. Don't do this though if you're not responsible with your credit cards. And the fifth HYSA is usually for a sinking fund. The sinking fund is for a large one-time purchase like a down payment on your next home, a rental property, or home improvement. Maybe you're looking to buy a new vehicle. And I always recommend that you open a HYSA to save for a sinking fund as long as you're looking to purchase a large asset within the next 3 years. Not only are you going to earn interest, but you're going to have cash ready to go with a purpose. And the bonus goal I want to discuss here is to work on paying off your credit cards. And if you have any remaining debt, you should also check your credit scores to make sure that you don't have anything suspicious in your credit report. There are a lot of scammers out there, and the last thing you want to have is any suspicious activities in your credit report that could potentially block you from buying your first home. And if you haven't already, for those of you who are really trying to achieve financial independence and retire early, I want you to start paying attention to what the market is doing. You've been saving and investing for a while, and you have seen how the market pivots all the time. I do live streams when the latest inflation report comes out and when the Federal Reserve puts out a statement or makes any changes to their interest rates. I want you to win. My job is to help you get there. And it all starts with you setting a financial goal for the year. And it's not a New Year's resolution because I want you to set these goals no matter the time of the year. Let me know in the comment section down below what financial goal you're currently working on. And this has been another beast of a video, and I hope you got a lot out of it.